In this drawing of 6 grey figures, a quiet drama plays out across a flattened stage. The figures are arranged in a horizontal line, each captured in a distinct but interrelated pose. Their gestures, subtle yet resonant, suggest both intimacy and distance, vulnerability and poise. Though they neither speak nor move, a conversation unfolds, one composed entirely through body language, positioning, and the tension of observation. What emerges is a visual meditation on encounter, how we see one another, how we hide, how we present, and how we perform ourselves under the gaze of others. The first figure, standing at the far left of the composition, establishes the dynamic of the drawing. He faces toward the right, his body oriented toward the other 5 figures. He is not part of their line. He stands apart, a quiet observer. He does not impose himself, nor does he recede. He simply watches. His presence activates the rest of the composition, turning the gestures of the figures into responses, whether conscious or not, to the gaze he represents. He becomes both character and witness, setting the scene for an exploration of self-awareness. To the right of this observer stands the second figure. His body faces forward, but his posture is marked by a gentle defensiveness. His legs are crossed, a subtle folding inward. His right hand obscures part of his face, shielding his mouth and cheek, an instinctive gesture of privacy. The left hand touches the right wrist delicately, completing the gesture with quiet control. There is both beauty and hesitation in this pose, a desire to be seen perhaps, but only on one's own terms. He is not hiding entirely, but managing his exposure. The third figure continues this thread, standing slightly more open, but still self-contained. With legs set apart in a grounded stance, he raises his right hand to touch his left cheek. The gesture is thoughtful and reflective. His gaze drifts just to the side of the viewer, suggesting an interior world not fully shared. His left arm hangs loosely by his side, balancing the more active gesture of the right. This figure seems to be in thought rather than reaction, an individual moment held in the midst of collective presence. The fourth figure introduces a shift. His stance widens. His posture is more engaged. The right hand is held open, palm up, in a gesture that hovers between offering and questioning. His left hand is hidden behind his back, a subtle asymmetry that adds a touch of ambiguity. Is he concealing something? Is he simply relaxed? The ambiguity is what gives the figure depth. He faces to the right, slightly away from the viewer, moving the energy of the composition further down the line. The fifth figure mirrors the first. Like the observer, he faces the group, but now from the opposite side, where the first figure observed with quiet neutrality, this one makes a small but significant gesture. He extends his right hand, palm open, slightly forward. This could be read as a greeting, a pause, a signal. Unlike the static neutrality of the first figure, this one implies intention, a will to intervene or connect. He becomes a hinge between the fourth and sixth figures, bridging introspection and assertion. And then there is the sixth figure. He stands with assured posture, feet turned slightly inward toward the group, but chest raised and gaze slightly above and beyond the viewer. His arms hang at ease, slightly lifted from his sides, as if ready to act or respond. There is confidence here, even charisma. His chin is raised, not arrogantly, but clearly. He is the only figure in the drawing who seems not to look toward another body. Instead, he looks beyond, outward, upward. In him, the inward tension of the earlier figures turns into outward projection. What binds these six figures together is the delicate balance of interaction and solitude. Each is isolated within their own pose, their own inward logic, but the gaze and orientation of their bodies create threads of connection. The two facing figures, the first and the fifth, serve as bookends, a visual bracket around the more complex inner states of the central figures. The drawing resists narrative, but is rich in implication. It could be a psychological portrait of a group dynamic, or a symbolic meditation on visibility, vulnerability, and selfhood. The use of grey, the absence of expressionistic detail, and the abstracted gestures all contribute to a sense of emotional quietness. This is not a dramatic scene, but a contemplative one. The figures do not demand attention. They invite interpretation. We are not told who they are, but we are shown how they are. Watching, shielding, touching, offering, standing, falling into presence. In the end, the drawing reads like a score of human behavior, a study of postures under observation, of subtle responses to being seen or unseen. It reminds us that the body speaks even in stillness, and that even in silence, something is always being said.